Bear's wish didn't change Nikki, he copied himself into her. The exact wording was for Nikki to love him more than anyone else in the world, and fans argue the Willow can't manufacture a brand new emotion. It needs a template for what that intensity actually looks like.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the world.
The only person who's ever felt that specific obsessive pull toward Nikki is Bear. Watch what she does once the wish lands. She checks his location constantly, the same habit Bear had toward her earlier in the film. She cuts him off from Ian and the rest of his friends. The exact isolation tactic he used on her first. Even her line delivery flattens into the same clipped, fixated tone Bear used before the wish. Same behavior, same person, just running through a different body. Which raises the question the movie never answers out loud. If Wish Nikki is really just Bear wearing her face, who was Bear actually talking to this whole time? The real Nikki was never gone, she was trapped inside her own skin. Critics and fans have compared her state during the possession directly to Jordan Peele's Sunken Place, and that single comparison is what fans think changes the entire back half of the film. It means Nikki wasn't erased or rewritten. Her mind stayed on the whole time, watching from behind her own eyes while her body carried out things she had zero control over. Every murder, every act of self-harm, she experienced all of it in real time. Fans point to her eyes during the killings, still aware, completely mismatched with Wish Nikki's usual hollow expression everywhere else in the film. Then there's her scream over the credits. Not shock, not relief, something that's clearly been building the entire runtime. If she was conscious for every second of it, that reframes the whole ending. She wasn't rescued when Bear died, she was let out. Sandy the cat might be proof that Nikki isn't Nikki anymore. In one scene, Wish Nikki eats the family cat with zero hesitation, and fans argue that's a memory test hidden in plain sight.
Bear, what does that mean? Are you okay? Bear, what's... Oh my god!
The real Nikki had a history with that cat, the kind of small, daily affection a script doesn't include by accident. If her actual memories were still driving her body, that scene wouldn't play out the way it does. Instead, she treats Sandy the exact same way Bear treated everything and everyone that stood between him and his obsession, as an obstacle, not a relationship. Fans call it the clearest tell in the whole movie, buried inside something that looks like a throwaway horror beat. Because if whatever's wearing Nikki's face doesn't recognize the one thing she used to love without question, the real question isn't what happened to Sandy. It's what else got erased along with her. The One Wish Willow may not understand love at all. The packaging lists its restrictions in plain text: no time manipulation, no resurrection, no immortality, no extra wishes. Every rule covers physics and mortality. Not one line covers emotion. Now watch what it actually produces. Wish Nikki never says anything tender, only possessive.
No, don't say that! I thought we were having a nice day!
She never touches Bear gently, she grips. Her face holds one expression through the entire back half of the film. Flat, unreadable, nothing like the warmth the real Nikki shows toward Ian earlier in the story. Fans argue that gap is the whole point, the tree-blocked resurrection and time travel, because those break its own rules. Nobody blocked love, because whoever built it never accounted for love needing a definition in the first place. So when the wish asks for it, the tree reaches for the nearest thing it can measure, obsession, and hands that over instead. Ian's money wish may prove the Willow is real and Bear is not just losing his mind. He finds a second Willow tucked away exactly where Bear left it, snaps it in half, and says the wish out loud. No hesitation, no ritual, just a sentence. Then the money shows up, and it's not vague or symbolic. It rains down right there in the room, real enough that Bear stares at it in disbelief.
Whoa, dude, stop! I need you to say, my friend Barry. I wish for $1 billion.
Real enough that it's still sitting in Ian's house, untouched, when everything falls apart. No distortion, no warping, nothing bending around him the way it does around Bear. Just a straight, clean wish that works exactly as asked. And Ian never even gets the chance to spend a cent of it. Fans point to that clean outcome as the proof the film needed, If this were only happening inside Bear's head, Ian's wish should do nothing at all. It does something. Which means the tree isn't a metaphor for Bear's spiral, it's a fixed set of rules. And Bear just happened to be the one who fed it a wish with a person's whole identity buried inside it. The Nikki created by the wish may have forced Bear to love her back. Bear locks himself in the bathroom to overdose, and just as the pills start working, a second Willow snaps somewhere in the apartment. Fans believe Nikki used it out of desperation, wishing Bear would feel exactly what she was forced to feel. It works instantly. Bear stops fighting the overdose mid-motion, walks out of the bathroom, and his whole face changes, hollow, serene, nothing like the panic seconds earlier. He embraces her like the last 10 minutes never happened. For a short stretch, two people share a completely artificial, entirely unconsented love, both stripped of choice by the same tree. Then the pills finish the job. Bear dies in her arms, and the second his heart stops, the spell breaks. The real Nikki snaps back into her body surrounded by people she has no memory of killing. Bear's name may be hiding the movie's man versus bear clue in plain sight. The man or bear debate was still everywhere online around the time this film came out. Alone in the woods, which one do you actually pick? Fans think naming the controlling, obsessive character at the center of the story Bear wasn't accidental. Nikki spends the entire film trapped with the human option, and every outcome that follows, isolation, violence, loss of control, plays out like the exact scenario that debate was warning people about. It's a small detail sitting inside a name the audience hears constantly without ever questioning it, buried in plain sight from the very first scene. Nikki surviving the ending may be worse than dying. She wakes up on the apartment floor holding the weapon, 3 bodies around her, her fingerprints on everything the police will process as evidence. Nothing in that scene points to a cursed tree, only to her. Curry Barker has confirmed she's facing real legal consequences for what her hands did, while her mind was locked somewhere she couldn't reach. Fans believe fully conscious the entire time based on how the possession is framed. There's reportedly an alternate ending where she dies instead, one Barker actually shot and preferred, until people around him convinced him letting her survive was the more disturbing choice. Her final scream over the credits isn't relief, it's the sound of someone realizing exactly what she's about to have to explain to people who will never believe a word of it. The one wish Willow may be breaking reality with every impossible wish. The chewing scene is the clearest tell, sound and jaw movement drifting completely out of sync, like the moment is glitching in real time instead of playing normally. Stack that against the ending, where Bear's original wish is still active the exact moment Nikki layers a second contradictory wish directly on top of it, 2 forced emotional states running through 2 bodies in the same room at once. A universe built on cause and effect was never designed to hold 2 competing lies about love at the same time. Fans argue that's the real source of the horror, not a curse, not a demon, just physics straining under instructions it was never built to carry. Compare that to Ian's untouched, uncomplicated money wish earlier in the film, and the pattern becomes clear. Every impossible request leaves a crack, and Bear's wish never stopped growing new ones.